Episode 79 of Organizations Win Championships is a draft night special. Dan Bernstein here with Jason Bernstein, and the Bulls have just selected local talent Matas Buzelis, the 6'10 playmaking forward, with the 11th overall pick in a draft that already had a huge surprise, allowing them to have some choices when Zach Edey went ninth.
When I saw that, I was so happy. Just because I knew that either Connect, Williams, or Buzelis was going to be there. And Williams went off, Cody Williams, and he went off the board at 10. And I was thinking Connect or Buzelis, but Buzelis does have the higher upside as a younger prospect, 6'10", great passer, can move around a little bit. So I'm very pleased. You mentioned that his skill set is very similar to Josh Giddey.
I think the fit's a little strange in that he also is a playmaker. And you've got Giddey, who's a 6'8 playmaker with an inconsistent shot and some physical weaknesses. Buzelis also is a playmaker who is 6'10, very thin, very physically weak.
Young.
He's very young, but he's also physically he's a ways away. There's some project to him. So here's the good news in a nutshell. The fact that they went upside.
Right.
Instead of taking a 23-year-old in Dalton Connect,
who you know is going to be really good.
Plug and play.
Yep.
You put him in a lineup. I'm not saying he's Dante DiVincenzo, but he's Grayson Allen.
Yeah,
or
less dirty.
The comps have been the high end comps have been like Rex Chapman or Mike Miller for Dalton Connect, but he's a guy for a team that's ready to go now.
Right.
The fact that they went upside, look, this is not Simonovic. Buzelis is a high level prospect who is going to need time in the weight room.
I can't believe you just mentioned the infamous Simonovic.
Sorry, but look, this is AK. Finding someone from his home country who's also from Chicago. If you look at the connections here, what a natural fit. Maybe that's why he was so emotional.
I actually saw him work out last year when I was working at.
Oh, that's right. You have seen him work out.
Yeah, he's a big dude, tall.
But how did he move?
I was working.
Oh,
I just
thanks
for
the scouting report.
You're welcome.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I think that was the right decision. I think he's an upside pick. He could be really good. I don't mind the fit with Giddey just because I think they play two entirely different positions. I think he's your 4, and I think Giddey's more of a point guard than Kobe White.
Giddey's your point guard.
I think Giddey's the 1 and Kobe's the 2. Zach is getting the F out of here.
They need shooting. Oh boy, do they need floor spacing? They need shooting. You can see the vision of this because this ideally he's your Vooch replacement.
He's 6'10".
Ideally, he's your Vooch replacement.
He's a much better mover. Like he's not a bad defender at all. But you mentioned 2 playmakers, and you're confused about how that'll work. I feel like a lot of teams have been able to do that. Jokic and Murray. I would say Murray's a playmaker. Kyrie and Luka.
If he can function off the ball,
I do.
If he learns how to play, if the vision is like an old-fashioned European positionless movement and passing game, if that's the vision, that's great. I don't know how having DeMar DeRozan around fits into everything.
But you don't know if DeMar DeRozan is still going to be here. That's the thing. Who knows? Does that open up a door for Patrick Williams? Does he take over the 3? Does he stay in Chicago? These are all questions that we don't know the answer to. And I'm kind of excited that we don't know what's really happening or going on because it finally feels like they're trending in a direction where they're not just going to be in the middle. I feel like they're probably going to suck next year. And
they have to.
And I'm fully okay with that. And next year's draft is really good. Cooper Flagg, hell of a player. A really good player. But I do think that this was the right decision when it comes to the draft. And who knows what they're going to do in the next few months. And that's weird.
I had a feeling something else might happen tonight. And maybe by the time you're hearing this, as of we're recording as the 13th pick is just about to come in, that maybe something else does happen. It's possible.
You're saying Levine?
I'm saying anything. The trades happen on draft night. And but boy, when you look at how excited Buzelis was, how emotionally
he's from Chicago, and
the Lithuanian connection has to be meaningful. I know how important it is to AK.
And Ricky did talk about the Bulls potentially moving up to 7 to take Buzelis.
Yes.
So and Ricky knows his stuff. as you would know if you listened to the last episode. Go check it out. So if Ricky is saying, well, there's a chance that they trade up for him, and they were able to get him at 11, it's tough not to say it's a good pick, right?
I'm pleased with what I believe it continues to represent, consistent with the Giddey trade. Rather than taking a proven 23-year-old, they took somebody with a little bit more risk who is, they know, going to take time. And you can, if you're going to take a step back next year and make sure that you've got your own top 10 protected draft pick in that terrific draft next
Your
year,
breath sucks.
sorry, you can accomplish a couple things here. You can get worse to get better.
Right.
You can put yourself in a position to get this guy all kinds of tough physical experience.
Do you think he starts?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't
Right.
know where. We should, when he talks later tonight, I think we'll get some idea. It's interesting too. My other concern was that they might be gun shy about a traits pick, looking at Dalen Terry still languishing where he is, and the fact that they also used one on Julian Phillips.
I still think Julian Phillips is good.
Oh, I do too.
Is he a bench guy? Is he Derek Jones Jr., who was really good in Dallas? But is Julian Phillips a 3? Is he, if Patrick is gone, does Julian Phillips start? These are all questions that
they got to keep.
We don't know.
They have to keep Patrick Williams now. You need the physicality,
shooting.
You need the size. You need the veteran experience,
shooting.
And you need the 40% 3-point shooting.
He can shoot.
And if they come to the realization that we're going to pay him a decent amount of money, he's coming off injuries, the open market is not going to get him some massive deal. And you say this is a still young, solid NBA 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
You need that.
Right.
You absolutely need that. So maybe also this goes against what Jerry Krause always used to say about local players. He never liked taking people from Chicago because of distractions and all that, until they ended up with Randy Brown on the team.
And Derrick Rose.
Well, but I think Derek's success and the success of Ayo Dosunmu has...
Where does he fit into this?
He's your new Caruso.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, there are two things about Ayo that I like more than Caruso. One, he's a better shooter, and two, he stays healthy for the most part. He doesn't get hurt, knock on wood, but he does not get hurt as often as Alex Caruso. And we know that happens a lot. So when you think about that trade, Giddey does not play in a way that would get him hurt. If they get 75 games out of him, Oklahoma is going to get, 60 maybe, probably fewer.
Boy, but this team could be really rough defensively. I mean, Giddey needs a ton of work. Buzelis is, even if you project him as an adequate defender, that's going to take some time.
And Vooch.
Well, but forget,
where does he fit in?
Right now,
I don't know.
Nowhere right now. Maybe a second unit guy to run the offense through.
He's not going to come off the bench with that contract, and Buzelis is not. He's not big enough to play the 5, even though it's so positionless at this point. I don't think Buzelis is a 5.
And I don't think they can start him. I think he needs to gain weight.
I'm surprised that Dalton Connect is still on the board at 14. Well, that is, I don't know. And the thing is that AK is not going to be going to sleep right now. We're only at the 14th pick. If there's somebody that he likes and wants to make a move for, who's still available, I don't know. Maybe
not in this draft.
No, not Jared McCain late in the first round.
Not in this draft.
Great shooter.
Not in this draft.
Okay.
Just keep your powder dry. Like, everybody gets excited because it's the draft in front of you and it's exciting and you get all these possibilities. But this is a time also where it's really, you're in danger of getting fleeced, because you're getting overly excited. All kinds of talent is going to emerge in next year's draft. Zach Edey went 9th.
Right.
Zach Edey went 9th in this draft. And no slight on him.
Some people had him in the second round.
Yeah, mid-second.
You said that was Michael Penix?
Yeah, Zach Penix.
Zach Penix. Yeah, it makes sense.
Without the injuries.
Old, accomplished college player.
Mm-hmm.
I like Penix, though, but he's not going to play.
So the center chasing occurred in a way I didn't really expect.
They could have traded down.
I know. But I did not think that Matas Buzelis would be there for them at
No.
11. I really didn't.
No way. And I'm very happy that he was, and I think he could turn into something. I don't know, but he could turn into something.
Yeah, he could. I do think this team, whatever the next version is, needs physical toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Needs strength, needs defense, needs some kind of. They're too light in the ass right now. At the moment, they're just a little soft, a little light in the ass. But this, you can't judge the whole picture based on snapshots. But as a snapshot, I think it indicates that they're continuing to move off of the current build, and for that, I'm positive.
Yeah,
good pick.
Yep. Yeah, and Connect is still on the board.
Wow.
Carlton Carrington. Okay.
Carlton Carrington goes to Portland at 14, so they get Klingon and Carrington in Portland
with the prospective bust of Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, that's right.
And Denny Avdia now.
That's proposed trade. It can't be. I don't think it's been agreed upon yet.
Denny Avdia.
Yes. That will do it for our special draft first blush react.
Very happy about it.
Yeah. It could have been worse. I'll say that. It could definitely.
They didn't even have the option to take Edie.
Right.
So,
and I'm lower on Klingon than a lot of people are too. So I was a little concerned that he was going to get down there, or they were going to move up for him because people are getting overly excited about him.
I would rather Buzelis than Klingon. I'll say that.
Yes, because I think he has the potential to be a better player.
Who knows what it'll turn into? I mean, Jokic went 41st, you know?
Well, that's a little different story. But that is it, guys, for episode 79 of Organizations Win Championships. Like it, rate it, subscribe to it, tell your friends about it, say all sorts of nice things. And we'll talk again very soon. If the Bulls if there's another
trade
splash,
up for Bronny James.
No, don't even say it. Would
I'm
you
kidding,
stop?
I'm
Please,
kidding.
I kid. To quote Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. We'll catch you soon.
Yeah, and Carrington's going to Washington.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
We'll get
all
you
right.
soon. Bye.
Yep. Bye.